Hey Wanderers, welcome back to the channel. It is time for another product review. And before I get too deep, let me just say I am not sponsored by REI, but if you're watching and you want to sponsor me, just leave a comment and we can make that happen. Nope, I'm just a regular guy who has used this sleep system probably 30 times in the last 4 years. In this video, I'm gonna tell you what I love about this sleep system and what I dislike about this sleep system. But also at the end, I'm gonna tell you whether I would repurchase this sleep system again or not. So that way you can decide before you spend your hard-earned cash on purchasing this sleep system, whether you think it's a good investment or not. The last time I checked on REI, as of the date of this filming, it went for around $175, which is a pretty substantial investment. So to start things off, let's talk about how I've used it in the past. I've used it car camping, tent camping, and even hammock camping. Now that might sound crazy to you, but I actually tried to fit this thing in a hammock in order to minimize the banana feel that you have when you hammock camp. It didn't work, but I did try it. I've tested this thing in the warmth and in the cold, but never in the snow. So if you live up north and that is something that you're thinking about, this isn't gonna be the best review for you because I live in Georgia. So I'm not sure how warm it's gonna keep you if it's inside like a hot tent or something like that and there's lots of snow on the ground. Although this sleep system has some great advantages, let's talk about some of the things I dislike first. The self-inflating claim that the REI Camp Dreamer has is a little overinflated, if you know what I mean. I remember reading that this system will go from deflated to fully inflated in around 30 minutes. Let me just say, this is not true. I have always had to bring an air mattress pump in order to get this thing fully inflated. And unlike an air mattress, it doesn't have an easy attachment. So essentially you have to force the pump to get the air into the sleep system. Another thing that I dislike is the durability. I noticed that it started to deflate itself when I was sleeping on it after about 2 years of use. Now, truth be told, I probably used it 20 times within those 2 years, but I did not expect it to start leaking so fast. So that was a little disappointment. Although the air started leaking, a great feature about this is the foam that's located inside. So unlike a regular air mattress where you can literally wake up on the ground, at least with this sleep system, you still have some foam that's separating you from the ground. Which leads me to my next point, comfort. Now, this is something that I really loved about this sleep system. After all, the whole reason I got it is to be more comfortable while I was sleeping outside. This is where I personally found the most value from the REI Camp Dreamer. It really is unbelievably comfortable. Assuming it doesn't leak, it's probably some of the best sleep that you are going to experience while camping. It is way better than sleeping on an air mattress, and it doesn't even compare to those hiking mats. But that's something we need to talk about too. The size. The size of this thing is pretty large. It's not something that you would ever use to go hiking. It only makes sense to use it if you're car camping or if you're only lugging your stuff pretty close to where you're gonna set up camp. At 5 foot 6 inches tall, it's actually a little too big for my size. For someone who's like 6 foot or maybe even a little bit taller, you are definitely gonna fit on this sleep system. So let me tell you at the end, would I purchase this sleep system again or not? Well, I just purchased the X-Bed sleep system, the Mega Mat 10, because I wanted to compare how good that sleep is compared to the REI Camp Dreamer. So I would purchase it again, but I didn't. And the reason why is because there's other sleep systems out there to compete with this one. I'm interested in seeing if the Xped sleep system will be better sleep and a superior durability. Ultimately, if you're considering purchasing the REI Camp Dreamer, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. I mean, it's really comfortable. You just gotta make sure that you have a plan for the way that you're gonna use it. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm gonna put a playlist right here of some of the other outdoor product reviews that I've done, and hopefully you'll decide to watch those too. I think you'll have some fun. Take care.